episode of Couple of Things. I'm so grateful for your response on the last 2 episodes. Thank you for all the love that you showed. But I'm super excited for today's episode because I have two special people that I get to call family. I get to call, more than anything, I get to grow under them. I get to call them my pastor. Help me welcome Pastor Joy and Pastor Mark. They are the senior pastors of Brazen Grace Fellowship Hyderabad, and I get to be a part of it. It's my home church, and it's such a joy to have you both here. And thank you for saying a yes and doing this for me.
We're so excited to be here.
Thank you, Abdela.
Thank you, Pastor. Are you ready to go into the questions?
I think so.
Okay, so my first question would be very easy. That tell me your marriage story. How long have you guys been married for?
Yeah, 11 years. We've been married for 11 years. And do you want to know before that or?
Just the story towards the marriage, yeah.
Yeah, I think we known each other for some time. We were volunteering in the same church together. And Pastor he was already a full-time staff in that church, and I was just a volunteer there. But we had, I think we developed a good friendship. And we were actually, it's funny because now we are on a talk show, and we actually fell in love during the time we were shooting a talk show. And I was director for that. I was helping another producer put a whole program together, and I was looking for someone who can be my production coordinator. That's when, I asked Pastor if he could help, and he was amazing. He came in and he was so good. And that actually on the sets of that, I think we fell in love there.
Wow. Do you share the same story?
We have the same version. I think before we got married, we dated for maybe 1 year, 10 months or 2 years, something close to that.
Yeah.
The last year we were dating because our parents were still not ready to get us married, so we had to date. Yeah, but the rest of the story is pretty much the same. We've known each other for a very long time because we were serving in the same church. But then we started getting close when we started working together. So I was looking for a job and I didn't want to do anything like corporate. And I really loved video, like video by itself, like how video happens, how people shoot it, how people edit it. And then she told me that there's this talk show that she's going to produce, and it was a Christian talk show. And then she said, would you like to help? And I was like, anything video I will do. Like, I don't know what I was going to do exactly. She said, no, you'll be the production assistant and you'll have to just help us make sure things are happening smoothly and assist me types basically. And that's when we really started getting close because we were spending a lot of time together. We were spending at least like 8-9 hours a day together. Yeah. And now we've been married for 11 years.
Wow. Do you remember the day of marriage? How was the day of wedding actually? How was it?
It's good.
The day of wedding was actually, we were looking forward to it so much for 1 year because we were waiting for our parents to say, yes, okay, you guys can go ahead and get married. And when that day came, it was super happy. I remember we kept laughing throughout. Yeah. And my father-in-law, her dad was like, you guys shouldn't laugh so much. It is not all fun. You have to be serious. And yeah. The day of the wedding was amazing. There was no stress at all. It was like we were looking forward to it so much, and it's like finally happening.
Wow.
Yeah, really. I even remember the rehearsal the day before. Even then we were laughing. Everybody were looking at us as if we're doing something very wrong. But even the day of the wedding, it was really long because we had many guests. But we just enjoyed it. We just remember enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful. So you waited for not so long, you waited for a year to get married, your parents to say yes, and now you are finally married. How was, like, it's different when you're dating and it's different when you're married. So how was your first year of marriage? Like, was it all like roses and honeymoon period all the time?
No, I don't think so, but I think we had a lot of fun first year. We went out almost every day, I think.
Yeah, we used to go out every day. We watched every movie that released in town. Let it
Yeah.
be a hit movie, flop movie, language, didn't matter. There were so many movies we would just go and just walk out halfway like, kya ho raha hai? But we went for every movie possible. We were there, and then when I had to move jobs, I picked up a new job, and for the first 1.5 year, they gave me work from home. So we were literally together 24/7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like for the first 1.5 year, we were 24/7 together.
I know.
We did everything together. We went out together. We watched movies together. We woke up together, slept together.
Obviously.
Anything that was different or that you learned in the initial year that you still hold on to? Or it was just so fun?
One thing I learned initially when we got married, and I remember so I was this man who thought that I have to do everything to make her happy. Like I have to do everything to make her happy, and then I realized in the first year of marriage that I cannot make her happy. Jesus can make her happy, and that was really tough. Like it was really tough to take. Like it's very easy to say, Jesus makes me happy, but it was very tough for me to say that Jesus makes my wife happy, because I thought I am the guy who's supposed to keep her happy throughout the day, throughout the year, throughout the life. And to get to that point where I had to realize, okay, for example, like if there was something that upset her, she would quietly go into the room and pray. And I was like, why can't I make her happy? Why does she have to go to the room? And it felt like I am lacking somewhere. But then I slowly had to realize that Christ loves her as much as he loves me. And
Yeah.
he is the true source of her happiness and my happiness. That one thing was tough for me.
I think for me, it was just like staying with a new person, new habits. It wasn't a struggle, but I think when he was it the first year when you went out to work in Mumbai? No, the first year we were at home.
Second year.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember any struggle I have.
Second year also, you can say.
Yeah, so I'm thinking because you said first year, I'm like,
Okay, initial
never
years.
struggled the first year. Yeah. So I think second year, what happened was he started also working, going out and working. He had shoot days for like 8 days, 9 days, and so that kind of messed me up. I didn't know how to suddenly live without him. I was going crazy whenever he's not in town, and I initially it was fun. I mean, I would go home to my mom's place, spend some time, come back home, but it was just getting to me, But because it was a change for us, our whole lifestyle changed. I'm not able to talk to him every day, so all that changed, and I had to learn to be more secure. And I started getting very insecure, I think, because of the distance. So that time, I think I remember me struggling a lot during that time.
Then what helped you?
I think my Pastor Zach, I talked to him about it, and he said, maybe you need to find out what it really means to be complete in Christ, where you don't lack anything, and ask the Holy Spirit what it means for you in your heart, for real. What does that mean? What does that look like? Because if not, I was so mad. I mean, I didn't know that I was feeling this. I think I don't know, separation anxiety, like how kids feel. So I didn't know I was feeling that. So because of that, if he called or if he did not call, I would be very anxious. I would, sometimes even talk as if I don't trust him. Say, what were you doing? Why couldn't you call me? And why aren't you there for me? So I was so mad that he's not there with me. So that I think God really had to heal me from that, and all stuff from your past suddenly comes and you feel like, oh, okay, does he not want to be with me? Why is he staying longer than he should? So I would think if the shoot got over, he should immediately come to me. But he also needs to have some rest, right? Like some enjoyment, some fun time with his colleagues. So I couldn't factor that in. So I think I learned that as we grow as a couple, things will change. But I don't know, I think the more you're secure in who you are and how much love he has for you, that's not going to change.
Yeah.
That is something that helped me to be to trust his love for me, no matter what it looks like.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so for the people who don't know, they have a beautiful daughter called Zara. Yes, she is. She is cute, she's adorable, and she's one of the most thoughtful kids that I have come across. She won't like randomly come to you, but she'll come to you with a purpose, and when she comes and says something that does mean to you. So you are blessed with a beautiful daughter. That's the topic. But how is it? There's a whole difference when you are enjoying your marriage and it's just the two of you and you're just growing in love, and suddenly now there's a third person. So there are people who says that after kids things change, and after kids the kids become the priority and you love the kid more than you love your spouse. So how was it in your case?
So I think life definitely changes, but it changes for the better. There because I mean, I'm not trying to sound spiritual, but when God says children are a gift is meant to be enjoyed. So we somehow enjoyed the gift so much. Our life is more, I don't know, it's we laugh even more, I think, now with our daughter being around. Yes, definitely the first year was hard in terms of you have to give a lot of time
Yeah.
because the baby needs you. And so there were a lot of struggles there. But I would say life does change definitely now. You cannot not be parents. You know, you're always a mom, you're always a dad. But we have to take out time to be with each other. I think that's something we consciously did.
Yeah, I think what really helped was Pastor Zach during that time, telling us that no matter what happens, you have to take out time for each other. It's this whole pressure of the world that, you guys are done now just for the kid. Whatever romance you had, whatever you had is all done. Now it's just about the kid. Just Pastor Zach was like, no, it is about the kid. But then you are there too, and you have to keep each other strong and, give each other enough time. Because Zara was born a month premature. So a lot of people scared us that, she needs extra attention and all. But it's amazing how God still cared, and, she did everything normally. There is nothing she has, like, if you look at her, you won't think she's premature, or there is nothing like the way she did school, everything. I don't know what to say it,
Milestone.
every milestone was normal. But then we truly had to believe that, I think it's the same thing for me, like how I had to believe that, Jesus is joy's source of happiness. At some points, I had to like put my foot down and believe that, God is taking care of Zara when we both are out for a 1 hour date or anything. And we don't have to have this fear that, Another thing that really helped was, I think, our parents.
Yeah,
They were
absolutely.
so helpful during that time. Like, they put out everything, their jobs, their life, everything for Zara, and, to make sure that we get enough time with each other. I remember the first few nights when Zara was just born, and uh, she used to wake up like every 2 hours because she was hungry. And I remember like Joy's mom, my mother-in-law, she put in so much time, although she had a job and everything else, and
Yeah.
all these things just came together at the right time. Like Pastor Zach telling us, teaching us about it. And with Zara, it wasn't planned. It's not like we were like sitting and planning, okay, this year we will have a kid and, let's work to it. Nothing like that. It happened, and it happened so beautifully. Like, there was no stress, nothing about it, because I think through Pastor Zach and the whole message of grace, God kept preparing us. And it wasn't like a scare or a shock, like how I normally see, like when people find out they're pregnant, they just freak out. I was like, why do you guys do that? It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's true. I think that to learn to trust God through it all was, I mean, practically you have to trust God when your baby's crying and you don't know why is she crying? You know what happened. So these things do get you excited, get you anxious because it's your firstborn.
Yeah.
So, but then it's nice when you learn from like our pastors who taught us that it's okay. Crying is the language for a baby. So they don't know anything else to do but to cry. So that's fine. So things like that really helped us. But we enjoyed it a lot. A lot of hard work, of course. I love that. So I think what helped me also, like I know there's a lot of pressure on the mother also.
Yeah.
And at that time we were still doing ministry. So what helped me was he was fully in it, you know. Though he did go for work, come back, but he would literally send me to the other room and say, "Go now and rest and don't come, even if you hear her cry." So that was hard for me. I had to trust that someone else can be with her. I don't have to always be with her. I'm not the only one she needs all the time. Which is what makes the kids also clingy, you know. If I think it was my problem. I was thinking she needs me all the time. And so I had to kind of come out of that illusion that she has her grandmother, her grandfather, people who will take care of her, and she can be with him and I can go rest. So he would literally send me out and say, "Don't call, don't even check on, just go." And that really helped me a lot, you know, to balance that out. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It just answers more than what I asked. But it's just beautiful, like to see even through parenthood how God like was. You were also growing.
Yes, absolutely. I had to grow a lot. Mentally, emotionally, I had to grow a lot. Yeah.
So, with the family, you both run a church. You are senior pastor of Praise and Grace in Hyderabad. So, I want to ask, like, you are partners in ministry and partners in house. So, you also run a church and you also run a home. So, what are the benefits and challenges of doing both of it together?
I'm thinking.
The biggest
go first.
challenge is you have to live what you preach in the house.
Hallelujah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Like Sunday, whatever you preach, on Monday you have to live it in the house.
It's a two-edged sword.
I think, and that's not because we are a couple. That's with any pastor. I think Sunday में जो sermon दिया, Monday से, Sunday afternoon से.
Any pastors, let us know. This is the situation at your home too.
Yeah. So I think what helps really at running the church is because we guys do so much life together. I mean, because we are married, not that other couples don't have. Most of the couples, if you do so much of your life together, you actually know what the other person wants. So you become very proactive when you're getting things done. Like if Joy asks me something, say regarding a design or what should we do, how do we uh, set the order of service, I proactively know what she wants because I've spent so much time with her. So it makes things very easy. On the other hand, on the other side, we are like loggerheads for something when it comes like I think because your spouses, you can't always agree to disagree. So again, it is, I don't know, maybe the guys in the team should answer this question. How do they feel when this happens?
So in our team meetings, we both are fighting for our ideas, and I'm saying this is what will work, and he's saying that's what will work. I mean, Epison is here; he knows he's been part of some team meets where they all are waiting. When will these both like stop? But we're not against each other. We're really trying to fight out our ideas. So initially, I used to think that I used to take it very personally. You know, like why is he saying why is he saying that what I'm proposing is not going to work? Then later I understood that he's also a person of excellence, and even we believe we want to do everything with excellence. So he's trying to say this is the best for the church, and I'm trying to say this is the best, and we just have to come to an agreement with, you know, okay. I think it's also pride that I have, that I think my way is the best way. So to put that pride down, and humility helps a lot then. And I'll say, okay, let's try your way and see. And I'll be so happy if it doesn't work. I'm like, see, I told you.
Another advantage to working with your spouse, like partnering in your spouse, in whatever you do, running a church or anything, is trust comes very easily instead of having somebody else you're partnering with, like somebody you don't know, you don't spend so much time with. Like I can really trust Joy. Like if she tells me this outfit is bad, I will surely believe that this outfit is bad. If it was somebody else, I'll try to sell my way through, like, no, I look better in this. Just an example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like especially when So when I preach, my final run through is done through Joy. Like I send her an email of what I'm going to say, and she goes through it and she'll let me know if there is anything that is not coming out the right way or not coming out the way I am intending it to come out. Yeah. So stuff like that is really helpful because you have somebody you can truly trust, like you trusted your whole life with them, and they're there around you always. It's amazing.
I think understanding your role is very important, and having that clarity with each other without any ego is so important. Is what helped us. Like in the house, I know for sure he has the final say. So it's very clear there. I'm not saying he dominates me or something, but of course he's the head of the house. So there is, the buck stops at him. In the end, if I'm really struggling with any decision, in the end, I just ask him, I'm like, okay, let's go with. I love the leadership he gives at home. And so at church also, yes, we both are lead pastors, but sometimes the final say is with me, and he's totally okay with that. So it's nice to understand the roles. Like he's also the media director at church. So it's I don't know how he does it, but he doesn't feel any ego to I don't know, his pride doesn't get in the way. When it comes to church, he checks with me everything, and he knows that the final say is here, and he's totally fine with that. So I'm not saying everything he has to, check with me. It's just that, okay, he's more the media director there, and he's also a pastor. He's preaching, but he's also checking on me. So somehow understanding the roles really helps. And yeah, I think that's what really helped us in ministry. What else did you ask? Ministry and
Pros
at home. Yeah.
challenges and benefits.
Yeah. So I think the challenge is you have to know that you're also two individual people. That as much as we are one and we are pastors and we are husband and wife, I am also Joy and he's also Mark, and we cannot forget the essence of who we truly are, because I think that brings more to the table. Like if I really know who I am, yes, in Christ there is a thing, there is an identity we have, but I can't forget who Joy is. I can't, and Mark shouldn't forget who he is, because we shouldn't never feel that we don't know who we are anymore. I am not just my role, God also made me authentically to be my authentic self. And the beauty of what I've realized just doing life with him is I've realized more of who I am, and I'm able to enjoy it. And he likes to let me be by myself. He just gives me space to be who I am and explore who I am, which I still am exploring. And I think that's something that's really helpful, because sometimes you can lose yourself, oh, I'm just a wife, I'm just a mother, or I'm a pastor. And sometimes that weighs heavy on you wherever you go, are you a pastor? You're a pastor. No, I'm also Joy, I'm just a normal person. So I think that freedom I have with him, I can be my real self with him. And if you can't be your real self with at least one person, you will burn out in ministry. It will eat you up, because I feel this is the most unpredictable business you are in, because you're in the business of loving people, and people are bound to change, people are bound to leave, people are bound to not meet your expectations. And the business of love is that you're vulnerable, you give it all, and you to not expect anything back. So at that time, at least we both should be strong, so you can take the fallout of people coming in, going out, rejection, all those things. So
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you for answering that. A next question in the same lines would be: there's a lot of times that because you do ministry and then you do home and you are involved in what you said, loving on people. Like people are all around you all the time. But where is it that you manage to have the balance between home and church? Like, is there lines drawn intentionally, or it does sometimes cross over the other? How do you guys do it?
yeah, that's a great question. It's a great question. We've struggled through it a lot. Sometimes, like I said, we forget that we are also friends to each other before we are pastors. and we have to be there for each other also. And I like what you said, you intentionally do it. So we have to intentionally create boundaries and say, okay, now this is just family time, this is just us. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing, if it's India or what, but normally people think if they're pastors, they need to, we are like emergency doctors, you know, you have to be available for
all the
people
time.
24/7. So our pastor taught us that no, it doesn't have to be like that. Like as soon as you finish work at church office, come home and that's it. Don't go back to any work again. It's hard also because people can text you anytime. So we kind of keep some boundaries that help us. Like you know, for instance, I'll try not to text anybody after 10 p.m. You know, try my best unless it's emergency. I'm not counseling people after that time. When I come home, I'm saying, you know. So we have some counseling hours in the office. We're trying to stick to that so it doesn't spill over.
Nice.
I think those boundaries help. What,
Yeah.
what else do you think?
I think it's it is it's tough because uh, sometimes it's very tough to to figure out if when people call you, are you the first person they call on the list or the last person they call on the list? Because it matters. If you're the first person they call, uh, it is so for me. The thing is, if I am the last person they call, like imagine worst case, there's some life and death scenario, and I am the last person they call. Should I take this call or not? And we were always in that dilemma. Like people used to, and because of the lifestyle people have nowadays, with most of them working odd hours and all, I used to feel very guilty to not pick up people call in the night. I used to be like, what if I am the last person they're going to call? Like, what if after this they are not
Pressure
going to
is
ask
real.
anybody? Yeah, but then I had to understand whatever pressure is, I am putting on myself. And it, I had to it's like I have to make Zara and Joy priority. I can't be up in the night talking. Zara will wake up. Joy might wonder what is happening, if it's an emergency or not. So we don't switch off our phones or we don't put any do not disturb or anything. But I think what also helps is how we have trained the church and the people, letting them understand that personal time matters. And I think nowadays it's very rare that people actually call us in the night until it's like they really cannot get away with it. They do call us. But what helps is building a culture of understanding personal space. Because like Joy said, in India you would rarely see pastors go on vacations because they feel like their life is just this. They don't have any time for themselves. But slowly building that culture, and really have to thank Pastor Zach for doing that, and letting us know that our time also matters. That we we also need to reevaluate what's happening in our life, and we need that time at the end of the day where they're just sitting with each other and later just sitting by ourselves. Like off late he's been teaching us a lot of how individuality also matters. Like everything I cannot fix with Joy. Some things I just need to sit down, have my quiet time, think about it, and it's really good. And it is tough to find your time when you have a kid and you're doing full-time ministry, but then I think we're somehow getting a way around it and figuring out how to do it. Like in the beginning we thought there was this thing that people told us, no, Monday you should not do anything, like because you're working till Sunday, Monday do anything. And we reached a point where if something came up on Monday, it used to like ruin our day. We're like, what is this Monday? Like, but then we had to realize, that every day we have time for each other. Because just because I am free on Monday, people will not stop getting engaged on Monday, or stop getting married on Monday, or stop being born on Monday. Yeah. So that thing really helped where, we take out, it's like taking out smaller chunks of time every day instead of thinking, okay, this one day of the week is mine.
So it's
that
not like only weekend is the
Yeah.
time that we take.
So that thought process really helped us a lot. Like to think like that, to have a mindset saying every day I take out time for myself. It's not like I have to slog 6 days and then one day I'll rest.
Wow.
And the whole message of rest that we preach about that you rest and then you work. You don't work, slog, get tired when you can't stand up, then you rest. No. So taking out that time every day for each other really helps. And
I think
no matter what you're doing actually, I mean, although this episode is specifically about pastors as a couple, but whatever you're doing, like we recommend you at the end of the day take out some time for yourself. Like some time so that you're getting ready for the next day. Just rest, be by yourself, have your quiet time, sing, worship, have your chai on your balcony, whatever it is that helps you.
Yeah, watch your movie, whatever you
Yeah.
like to do, something that's very you. I think one thing that really helped us build this culture is also, like Pastor was saying, having leaders who understand that. So all our leaders who we have, they're amazing. They're the ones who really protect us, who really ensure that if there's something that can be solved by them, they'll solve it. So they won't bring every small thing to us, and we don't want that. So it took us some time to create this culture of healthy boundaries. But I think having leaders who are able to protect your pastors and ensure that we are able to have our own time, I think that's a great blessing. I think we have some of the most amazing leaders in Amazing Grace.
I would agree to that. There was just, I think, well put together that you've been intentional about it, but there are times, right, when like this is going, I guess going back to the previous question of how you were sharing about yours is the final say in church a few times and his is the final say at home, that it's just clear. But this is like a weird scenario. But what if you guys have a fight on a Saturday or Sunday morning? I'm not saying that they have, but I'm just creating something. And then say, like, you come to church and then you see your partner preaching. Living what happened at home and receiving from that, how do you do that? ऐसे नहीं आता मन में, like, घर में तो ये सब नहीं दिखता.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if Sunday morning something happens. Every Sunday morning, it's crazy. Like, our, our daughter acts really crazy Sunday mornings only. And I think all the heat is up Sunday mornings. It can be pretty intense. So I think for us, it's kind of spread out on Saturday and Sunday. Because Saturday we go to church for setup. We are there from 2 to 5 or 6 and then we leave, come back home. So it's true, many times we've had fights and we've had disagreements, and then we do come to church, and then I have to hear him preach or he has to hear me preach. But I don't know, we've never got offended with each other. Like, we did fight, so I'm like, okay, you didn't agree for that, I didn't agree for it. We both are completely in disagreement, but this disagreement cannot give place to dishonor.
Wow,
So
that's beautiful.
there is disagreement.
Put that on a t-shirt.
So there is complete disagreement and it's fine. The love is still there. The disagreement is also there and it's okay. So it's not like we are fake when we are going on stage. It's a real person who's going on stage. I mean, he's a real man who's a husband, who's a father, who has 2 girls at home. He must be going crazy with all our emotions. So he's bound to lose his temper, but that doesn't change who he is. So I think we have learned to just separate that and say, okay, people do fight. But it's hard sometimes when I go there and I'm like, Holy Spirit, I want to receive, and I think once he starts preaching, it's amazing. It just it's beautiful. We're able to receive. I think if we can keep offense out, then you can
Then
easily
you don't
receive.
lose the reverence.
Absolutely. So if offense comes in, then I can't receive anything. No matter what people might be getting annoyed and falling, but I won't get anything if I have offense. So I think that helps.
Yeah, what really helps is also what pastors I kept teaching us, like you don't honor a person for who they are here, but for who God has placed them to be as. So if I truly believe that, God has placed Joy as the lead pastor of this church, I have to honor her like that at that moment. I mean, that makes it so much more easier. That message of, like,
Also, the reaction thing, I think you were preaching last Sunday about that.
Yeah.
That it,
last Sunday I was preaching about it.
yes, for 1 hour.
Yeah, so honor for us doesn't come as a reaction. At least that's what we are intentionally trying to do. Like, honor is not a reaction. I don't honor Joy because she's being my wife. I honor her because of who God has made her to be. So I think once we step into that mindset, whatever quarrels and fight we have is very small compared to what God is doing in life every day and what God is doing in the church on Sunday, on Saturday. And it makes us also not limit, you know, it is not like we are going to perform there. It's what the Holy Spirit is doing through us. So I think if we look beyond just the quarrel, it just changes how everything
Yeah.
looks like, and it makes whatever happened on Saturday or Sunday morning very small. Like whatever the fight is.
Yeah.
It seems so silly after that.
Yeah.
Once you look beyond
We just laugh sometimes. We look at each other and we laugh as to, what were we fighting about?
like
It was so
the
silly.
other week so she was a bit too tired on Saturday, so she woke up a bit late on Sunday morning and she was getting ready. And finally, when she was going to step out of the house, she's like, I can't find the car keys. So she calls me. I'm like, I'm really sorry, the car keys are with me. She's like, okay, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We just laughed because there was so much tension there, but I don't know how we just laughed it out. So I went to the car and I'm like, there is no keys. And I'm running back and forth with my daughter. I'm like, I have to get to church on time. And he's like, love, the keys are in my pocket. I'm like, wow. And he's in church.
He's
so,
in
yeah,
church,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so my last question would be, tell me couple of things tell me couple of things that have helped you in your life as a couple, in your marriage so far. That this is like 11 years of marriage and you know that these are the things that have like really helped me.
11 things that helped us.
No, no.
11 years of marriage. I'm just
That
kidding.
is title for another.
Title for another program, another message. I'm thinking. I think humility goes a long way. Humility is to say that, okay, I was wrong, and to get your pride out of the way. And say, maybe your way is actually better than mine, and it's fine. I wish I had more of that in the first 2 years, then I wouldn't have got so hurt. It's funny, we have the pride and we only get hurt. So we have the pride, we have the ego, and we are the ones getting hurt. We are the ones acting like the victim and also acting entitled at the same time. So one of the things that helped us is, again, like we were saying, individually, when you allow God to heal you of your orphan heart, then I am a more secure person. So what I bring to the table is a lot of joy. And so the thing is, we want to do life together, right? We want to partner with each other and enjoy life. But if he's always becoming someone who's meeting a need in me, then it's a very needy relationship. It's like how sometimes kids just want to be with you all the time. They, there's no logic to it. They're just needy, and it's not healthy at all. It's not healthy. So when kids do it, it's little cute, but when adults do it, and that's what I did, I think, first 1-2 years of marriage at least. I think by second year, I kind of, all my neediness came out. I feel I still struggle with it a bit, but learning to be secure in who I am in God's love has really helped me not to put all the burden on Him. That He's not responsible for always making me smile. He's not responsible for keeping me happy 24/7. So that's not just a realization for Him. I also had to stop putting that burden on Him. So I think humility really helps. And some of the core values what we've been teaching in Brazen Grace is something which we are which we are trying to apply at home also, which really helps, like honor and humility. So, I mean, they go together, you can't do one without the other. So, I feel humility really helped us these 11 years, and also that's one thing. Secondly, is it's okay to go to counsel to your pastor about what you're going through, also personally. Like sometimes but I think it's agreed upon. Like we both know that if we have a problem, we are going to this person, we are going to our pastor. And what I love about Mark is he never made me feel bad for taking an issue and going to pastor about it. And he never asked me what it is, because I need that help. I'm emotionally reacting so badly for many things, and I need help. So there's something that he says in counseling to people, and I really like that. He says, "You are each other's partners. You're not each other's pastors." So he'll be like, "Stop trying to mentor each other, or when you have pastors to go to them for help." That really helped me, and he feels very happy. In fact, whenever I'm in a counseling session, he's very happy because he knows the outcome is going to free him. I would say those are just things, some things I could think of, like humility, and then uh, taking help individually also, and having a lot of fun together.
Yeah, one thing that really helped me is two things actually: patience and trust. You have to trust your spouse, and you'll have to start doing blindly. There is no test. You can't test how your
That's
spouse
good.
is going to behave or anything. You literally have to trust them blindly. When you enter in that covenant, you are trusting them blindly,
Yeah.
and that solves a lot of things, because we realized after we got married that there are still so many things we're still learning about each other.
Yeah. That's true.
Like so many things, because we are still evolving as people, as pastors, as parents, as friends. And you literally have to blindly trust your spouse. If there is somebody you're considering and you cannot blindly trust them, then take your time, because it's gonna be tough.
Take notes, singles.
Yeah, and patience, a lot of patience, because we are always, especially I think with men, we are so quick to solution this. Like we want to find a solution for whatever this fight is, whatever this argument we are having, whatever is happening, something is troubling, I want to find a solution. You have to be patient. See, you have to understand, even the Holy Spirit doesn't enforce the solution on you. He's waiting for you to patiently listen, understand, trust his advice, and then take it. So you cannot rush into your spouse always picking up your ideas to solve the problem that's happening. Whatever, it might be a quarrel, it might not be a quarrel, it might be something she's going through, but you have to be patient. I think,
Yeah.
and whatever she says sums up most of it.
Yeah. I just had one last thing to add is so as we were learning about how God loves us and doesn't condemn us, um, to have a home where it's like a no condemnation zone. Like in this home, we can fight, we can disagree, but we will never put each other down or talk in a condescending tone as if, who are you to tell me this? There is no place for dishonor or condemnation, and that comes only if you know that God doesn't condemn you. So that language of condemnation is and shame, that's something that we intentionally learned to eliminate, like from our vocabulary while talking to each other. Because the more you know each other, you become familiar. You're like, oh, okay, I know him. He knows me. He's not going to go anywhere. And so it's funny that with the ones you love the most, you can be the most rude. You can be the rudest with the ones you love the most, and you take that lenience that, okay, where are you going to go? So I think God has helped me in that. God has helped us in that so much to keep our relationship and our home. It's a no condemnation zone. um, it's a culture where honor should thrive, and we're still trying, but I think that's one thing that helped us, that revelation of God's love, that he's not, like, I love what he said, that he's not in a hurry to fix you or change you, And I'm like, really, God? Like, it took me so long to believe that. How can you not be in a hurry to change me? And he's like, no, I'm fine. You can take your time. And so to give that time to your spouse, oh my God, you won't believe. There was a time when I used to think his playlist needs to be redeemed, sanctified. He cannot listen to some songs. And I used to pray in tongues and say, God, what happened to my husband? And then these are nice songs only, but I was just on a very I don't know what kind of spirituality I was in. And then slowly I learned that no, it's fine. That's the songs he likes. So I think there is a temptation to try to make him like what I like, and that's totally fine. He doesn't have to like what I like. The songs I listen to are not quite the songs he likes, and that's okay. So simple things like that, but I think after the grace of God like went into our hearts, some things have really become so free, so easy and so light, like so we don't worry about it like we used to before.
Thank you for sharing all those. That's like bulletin points to just go through and just focus on and um, live by. Like not just for you, but any of you. Like it will always live. It's not like it might help. I know this. Like these things, honor and humility, like goes a long, long way. If you practice like something Pastor Mark was teaching us this Sunday is honor all at all times. For us, sometimes it's easy to honor all, but it's not easy to honor all the time.
Yeah.
The hard times, the times that you don't agree with the other person. But yeah, just thank you is all I would want to say. But something that this is something that I have for both of you, that something if given a chance at this point, which I am giving, that, that you would want to look at your spouse and say something, make a promise again, or say a vow, or say a thank you. You can do that right now.
Oh,
Yeah, anything that you
thinking.
want to say, like.
So
For-
does it have to be something I never said or no? Because I'm
It
always
can.
saying things.
It can be anything that like you feel at the moment. You just look at him and say it.
So I think the last 1 month I've been, I don't know, feeling super, super grateful for who you are and the stability you bring into my life and for being my constant. I'm really grateful for that. Yeah. Like every day I've been literally saying, thank you, Jesus, for this man. Thank you, Jesus, for this man. I'm really grateful to you for that. He's very weird with public affection. Okay, so doesn't come easy for him. Let's do it. Come on.
See, one of the wedding vows, like.
I think we only said it at the wedding and never said it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's okay.
I am really, really blessed to have you in my life, and I don't think I would have been where I am today if I wouldn't have married you. Like, I don't think I would have been pastoring a church, not because I married a lady who preaches, but and also I am super thankful for you to really give me my space, even though I don't ask for it sometimes. Like, you make sure I get it. I really love that about you. Thank you.
Thank you, love. That's so sweet.
Oh, that was an emotional moment. I got a little tear in my eye. But thank you for answering all the questions and also giving us that moment. It's just so nice to see you being so in love, which has hope for all of us and me. We just grow in love every day. But now, with all the emotion side, we have a little game.
Yes, I knew it. She would come up with something. I knew it.
So I will give you these two boards. You can have a board. And then I have two chalk. Yes. Kindly share the duster. The budget is less. We only have one duster.
Please sponsor a duster. Please sponsor a duster.
Okay. So this you have to hide the answer from the other. Basically, that's why we gave you 2 slides. Okay. So it's just that who knows better.
Oh, Jesus.
Who do you think knows the other one better or knows about the marriage or the memories better? Okay. The first question is
So, do we have to write number 1 and all that?
no. You can show and then that's why the duster is there. You can erase it.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay. What was the day of your marriage? Not the date. Which day of the week was it?
Jesus.
And I searched it, so I know.
Actually, I don't remember. I don't
There are
remember.
7 days. Pastor, कुछ भी लिख दो, क्या पता सही हो जाए.
I wrote Tuesday.
Even I think it's Tuesday.
You can't copy me.
Because I really don't remember the day of the marriage.
Okay, Pastor Joy is right.
Is it?
It is a Tuesday. Okay, you're not doing like sharing business
Oh, okay,
here.
okay.
You're not,
Okay.
okay? Okay.
Please don't copy my answer.
Okay, you have 1 kid, but like initial days of your marriage before Zara was born, how many kids your spouse wished to have? Not you, your spouse wished to have. कितना लिख रहे हो मास्टर?
Yeah.
Okay, you can show
Oh,
1
but
kid.
I think he
No
had
such
no such
wishes.
wishes. He
Yeah,
had no
I
number.
had no number. So she's right.
And you, is he right?
I think I wanted to.
Okay. Success.
Should I kind of dust?
Okay, next question is, what is the one thing that your partner's day is incomplete without? एक चीज जो रोज होती ही है, आदत.
I think I have 2 things. I don't know. I think he might write tea or something. Okay.
Sure. Okay, bed
Oh,
talk with Zara.
Bed.
Bed talk, right? Bed talk with Zara, chai. And what?
I put hugging Zara. Like he has to hug her every day. It's his favorite pastime or something. He always does it.
I like
Am I right?
Oh yeah. What is the question?
What is the one
one
thing?
thing that you do every day.
Oh yeah.
I wrote 2 things. Backup also add in case the first thing is wrong.
Say she didn't let me write one more thing.
I never stopped you.
You said one thing.
Okay.
I also wanted to write how you watch something on the phone.
I'm hoping I get time notice to watch on the
Yes. We shall
Okay.
write that.
Next is your partner's favorite worship leader.
I don't know this, I think. I should try. Oh! Mine, I think you know.
Okay, wait. Pastor, who is your favorite worship leader?
My worship. I don't have a favorite worship.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just
Pastor Joy, who is your favorite worship
I
leader?
think Pastor Zach.
I thought it was Darlene Jack.
Oh, no, it's not her. I love, darling, I love you if you're watching. I really love
If you're watching, I also
I
love
really
you.
love you. I met you long back. Please remember me. But yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah,
but
I don't have a favorite worship.
Yeah, but I just wrote Israel Houghton.
I like his songs, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Epison is my favorite worship.
Yeah, I knew. I thought
It's
you were
too
gonna
late.
let me-
It's too late for that.
No, you said 2 things. So.
Okay.
Pastor Zach and Epison.
Okay. Your partner's dream vacation destination.
Hey, he's been to most of his
So
destinations.
favorite. उसमें से एक ज़्यादा पसंद आया होगा ना?
दोनों का एक ही है.
Really? Oh no. No, I don't know what it is. Can I cheat or something?
No.
Okay.
I felt like you've already.
Pastor, I cannot cheat.
What is the one place we always talk about going to?
Are you are not helping. This is not classroom like full test going on.
I don't know.
Share your answer.
The thing is, because of the situation, she's thinking very deeply.
Yeah. I don't know now. This is a new place I'm writing. I don't know if this is true also.
Okay. Time to
I
show.
wrote two things. What did you? Oh yes. My God.
See, I told
That's
you,
true.
I got it correct.
You got this. I don't know.
San Antonio, guys. San
आपका क्या है?
Texas.
I wrote Masai Mara and Goa.
Masai
totally
Mara
off.
and Goa.
Totally off.
She wrote Zara's favorite destinations.
Because he's been talking about.
But is your right?
Yeah, San Antonio, and actually that is right.
Okay.
I've been waiting to go there. So yeah,
Okay. What
and Masai Mara.
what type of gifts does your partner likes? What is the category of gifts? I feel like this is very easy for Pastor Mark, for you to get for Pastor Mark. What kind of gifts your partner likes?
Yeah.
Wow. नेक्स्ट बर्थडे का गिफ्ट का आइडिया मिल जाएगा और कुछ नहीं तो
Feel free to sponsor these for my husband. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
sure.
Like flowers and time.
Really?
You're the one who's like,
Oh, is that what I like?
Yeah.
Please, I don't like flowers so much now. I like to decorate it, but gifts, she said. Time, yes, guys. Time is right. Flowers is not. Hey, isn't this
Okay,
it?
Pastor, you tell.
Shoes and gadgets.
no.
Then what is it? Isn't
I
it
like-
gadgets all the time?
Gifting.
Gifts. We're talking about only gifts, love. Aren't we talking about gifts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, let him say what he likes.
He's not saying. Say it.
No, I'm very picky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very picky with stuff, so it's
So
very tough for her to.
so it's basically what gadget he wants. We are buying that only. That's what
I'm
makes him
very
happy.
picky. Like some year I'll want just one specific shoe.
Yeah. So say I went into shoes.
अच्छा.
I get one
आपका
point.
गिफ्ट क्या चाहिए आपको?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Time. She likes time more than like
But
she's
she
not.
wants to say something else also, Pastor.
Yeah. So no, when you say time, you're saying
Like
take me out
she
somewhere.
would like to go on a vacation instead of me buying her an iPhone. She prefers that over that.
Absolutely.
She's like that.
that's
She's
me
not
too.
very materialistic. She likes time.
Oh, nice.
जितना time दोगे उतना point मिलेगा.
Okay, last question.
That's right. That's right.
What makes your partner smile? Like ये तो effortless है, ये तो मेरे partner को चेहरे पे हंसी लाता ही लाता है. Like what is effortlessly make them smile?
What are you writing? So when we say smile, laugh, everything
हाँ,
together,
सब.
right? Whatever.
Smile, laugh, happiness. Let's not say happiness. Smile, laugh तक.
Okay.
You guys are writing paragraphs.
No, I
And
just
Pastor Mark, I saw you cheating.
I wrote 2 words. Yeah. Oh, I know. What makes him smile for sure? Okay, this is really good. Huh. Okay, now you show yours first.
Me smiling, my jokes.
Heights of confidence, yeah. His jokes, yeah. Actually, your jokes are really good nowadays.
Nowadays.
No, the last few years he's been killing it.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the other one? You smiling. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I wrote Zara's jokes. Is it true? Then I wrote funny reels.
That is very like everybody laughs at funny
No,
reels.
but nowadays you'll be tripping over. And Brahmanandam. The comedian. Whenever he watches anything of his,
He's like the
laughing.
Johnny Lever of the Telugu industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
guys,
expect some romantic?
Yeah.
answers?
not romantic, something like sweet and real. Like
Yeah.
funny reels and comedians make everybody laugh.
Yeah, okay. So that's on the one. So Zara's jokes. Yeah.
हाँ,
He
ठीक है, Zara's-
really
Yeah.
trips. She'll come and say something silly.
I love Zara so much, even if it is not funny. I love.
Yeah, hai pyar.
Okay, now you ruined my point.
Okay, done.
Oh, so what does make you smile?
What? Yeah, all that stuff make me smile.
He knows how to be in a good marriage. Guys, you all can't see, but Abhisan is really laughing here. He's behind the camera and he's falling off.
But we are done with the game.
Oh, we like this. Thank you so much. We
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
After how long have you used a chalk and a slate?
Not pretty long. We have one in the house that
yeah.
Zara plays with.
Yeah.
They have a kid.
Should I keep it?
Okay, sorry. I should have taken it. Okay. And that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for saying a yes and being a part of this show. I take back so much from today's episode and your lives. I generally take back every Sunday. But this was truly special to just know you very uncandid. Thank you for being so real with your life, so raw with your challenges that you faced and sharing that in here. We celebrate you. I celebrate you. Me and my husband celebrate you. Okay, everybody who loves you celebrates you, and we celebrate your marriage. Thank you for saying yes. Before we end it, is there anything you want to say?
I know. You want to
Thank
say
you, Abdela. We really love
Yeah.
that we get to do this with you, and we just are so grateful to everything that you do in our lives. And I always tell Joy, I love the way Abdela honors. She honors so well, and it's not because she's expecting anything. She doesn't wait for a reaction, and that is really amazing about you. I love that.
Yeah. Thank you for having us and for being who you are. We really love how you also walk in faith and you can believe God for anything. So if any of y'all want to believe God for some bigger things, she's the one who can agree with you on it and do it. So we're so blessed to have you and Abhisan in our lives.
Wait, tissue leo. But thank you so much. When Pastor Mark was saying that, I'm like, "Kab maine aise honor kiya?" But then thank you for noticing something that I didn't notice that I do. But I do honor them, guys. I do honor them. But
She doesn't notice. We know.
We notice it. She's good.
Okay. On that happy note, we want to end this episode. Thank you for taking out the time and watching. I hope and pray that this story and this journey has blessed you in one way or the other, which I'm sure it did. But thank you for sticking around and loving on us. Please go show them love in the comment section or DM them with all your love and how they have blessed or how the conversation has blessed you or your marriage or your life ahead. Thank you so much once again for being a part of this episode. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you next time with another beautiful couple. Till then, take care and stay blessed. Bye.